right, Doggy Daycare Level 3, and this one says medium difficulty, so this is going to be very much more difficult than the first two. All right, and you can see what's going on here. We're going to build a model for this one, and in that regard, we want to try to build a model so we can adapt it to other levels as we go. So in general, these things kind of build on themselves, all right, to some degree at least. That is the different levels. Okay, so let's see. In that regard, I want to make sure or check to see, well, does game always start in column B, the name of it, that is. Okay, we get over that dark screen there, so I'll just make this a little bit smaller, and we can just scroll down and see, okay, looks like game's always in column B. Okay, we go down to row 312 in terms of being finished with this, and looking at level 4, you notice you've got a start place here, so that the turns start in H there. Same thing in level 7, level 6. We got we actually start the first turn in H. Same thing in 5. However, in 4 we start in G, and so in level 3 we start in G. So we'll have to make an adjustment. Just kind of putting it back over here. We'll have to make an adjustment when we get past level 4. All right. Okay, so I've already put in a new worksheet here. Let's call it level 3. Now, in interest of time, I've added some headers here. So we're going to put our turns here, number of turns here, and it's 24 level 3. And the example game is called example 3. So here I'll just number the turns just to kind of help me keep track of what's going on. This is not absolutely necessary, but I'll use the sequence for that. All right, so there's one row, and there's 20 columns. Okay. All right, so it goes up to 1 through 20, as you can see there. Okay. And what I want to do here is pull back or pull the turn information out of the case. So basically, I'd like to pull these values for all 20 of them for each game. Okay. All right, and we can do that either with a filter function or XLOOKUP. I'm going to use XLOOKUP. So equal XLOOKUP, and we're looking up the name of the game, example 3. Lookup value, that's going to be column B, I guess, yeah, column B. So we'll just start there, and I know it goes down to like 3 something. I'll just put into like 3 or 400, and then that'll take care of it. And let's lock those in case we decide to copy this. Okay, all right, and return array, that's the turns. It's going to start in G. All right, and I know we go down to like 312. I think the furthest one goes out to like DC actually. So I'm going to put in here just to make sure I pick up everything. I'll just type it in. DD 350. That's 350. Okay, these have got to match 106 to 400. 400. It's got to match with that. Let's lock that in. Lock that in. Okay. And all right. So again, there's that formula. And earlier I did, before starting this, I looked to see, where do things end. So the longest game in terms of terms goes out to like DC. So I just put DD in there. And I know that at the very bottom, it stops at like 3 something. So I know 400 is good. Now these need to match up. The 400 need to match up, as well as the 106, 106. Okay. And again, that's pulling everything. But notice it keeps going. All right, I want to get rid of these. Okay, so how do I do that? Let's edit. Okay, and there's other ways to do this, of course. We're going to use the choose columns. All right, so we have an array here, and I want to keep the first 20 columns. Okay, from the XLOOKUP. So I'll just jump to the end and do a sequence. So here's the number and what columns to keep. So I want to put 1 through 20. Well, I can use sequence to do that. Okay. All right. Number of rows 1, number of columns. Go back here and hit that 20 again. Okay. And I'll lock that in case I need to copy this. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, now so we stop at the 20. That makes things just a little bit simpler. Okay, so now we want to divide things out. I want the numbers, and I want in one row, and the arrows in the second one. So we'll do, let's see, left, pull the number. Okay. One character. All right, because there's only one number. The numbers never exceed 9. All right, if they did, we'd have to do something a little different. Okay. All right, so, and actually I can do this. Okay, so I want to treat that as a spill. All right, so that spills everything. So we can see there, it stops at 20. Okay. All right, so that's the numbers, and we'll also pull the, right, we'll pull the arrows. So hashtag again, reference that entire area. And then we want to pull just one value. All right, and I'll put a decimal in there instead of a comma. Okay. All right, again, that stops at 20. Okay. Okay, now looking at the case, it says that when a dog moves diagonally, that is, not just an up or down arrow or sideways, but a diagonal arrow would mean they're moving actually 2 cells. Okay, so we're going to need to capture that. So let me just go up here, and I'm just going to, since we've got a list of the arrows here. Okay, and level 3. I'm just going to paste that, transform it. I'll paste it sideways, transpose it. Okay, and I want to get a unique arrows. Okay, so equal unique. All right, and pull this. I can just do that. No, I can't do that. I pasted that. So it's going to be H2. Start over there. H2, hold down Shift Control, sideways, arrow. Okay, and I need to say we're doing that to return the unique columns, which is true. All right. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. And so distance, that'd be a 1, that would be a 2, a 1. So diagonal again is moving like 2 in terms of distance. Otherwise it's a 1. So I'm just doing this brute force. Might be a better way to do it. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go down here, and so our distance, let's label this. Okay, and we'll first get the arrows. I need to do a lookup to see. All right, so that's I know this is a 2, but let's use up here to find it. So we'll use XLOOKUP again. Okay, so we're going to look up that value, and we can do the whole thing at once. So we're using spilled things here, so hashtag for that. Okay, lookup array is up here, and that's also, I think, yeah, that's also a spilled area. Okay, and return this, which is not spilled. So I need to do that. Let me lock that in. I probably ought to lock these other ones in too. Okay. All right, I think that's good. Let's see. Oh, I left off something. Let's cancel that somehow. Messed that up. Okay, there we go. And it messed it up somehow or another. Or I guess I did. So let me start again. All right, I'm in new desk. I'm having to use a little cancel here. So let's start again. Equal X lookup. Okay, what am I looking up? I'm looking up this. I want to look up every one of them. So I'll do a hashtag. And lookup array is going to be this. Hashtag. I'm going to go ahead and lock these in. Okay. And then return array is here. Okay. Let's lock that in. There we go. All right, let's kind of look at this. So again, the diagonals, getting the value of 2 distance, otherwise getting the value of 1. So that looks good. All right, and what I can do now in terms of getting total distance or getting distance per turn is just multiply that by values up here. And this is a spill thing too. So I can do this. I'm just edit my XLOOKUP and multiply by this one. I'll do that as well, lock it in. Okay, and that should work. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we're good to go there. Let me make this a little bit simpler. Let me just go back here. I don't want to get too fancy. All right, so here's our values. Okay. All right, and this is I'll just say arrow distance. How about that? Okay, arrow distance, and then we'll say total distance. Okay, and I'll take the arrow distance. All right, I'm going to still use the notion that we've got a spill thing here for make things a little bit more helpful later maybe, and lock that in and then multiply it by values here. Okay, lock that in. All right, and what that's going to generate is going to multiply each one. So 2 times 2, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 2 is 2, etc. Okay, and the advantage of using these spill things, I'm not having to copy it. All right, it's just filling it in using the spilled. All right. Okay. Now, if I didn't feel comfortable with that, I'm going to work it a little different way here. But let me go ahead and kind of finish this part first here, so I can I'll just get my total here of the sum of that. Okay, hashtag. Okay. All right, that matches up with the answer, case answer. Oh, example 368. Okay. All right, so looks like we're good there, but let me just kind of work this a different way. in case these these spill things are a little bit crazy for you. So I'll do distance again. Okay, I'll do arrow distance. Okay, so I could come over here and say do a X lookup, and we're looking up that part of their turn. All right, and lookup array is up here, and I can do this without using spill things. Of course, it fills it in with a little hashtag, actually, whether I want it to or not, but let's lock that in. And the return array would be here. Okay, and lock that in. All right. Okay, and then I could copy that and paste it all the way out here. Okay, 20. Right. Okay, and then total distance. Yeah, that's okay. I was just thinking maybe there's easier, or I mean, there's different ways of doing this. Okay, I can multiply this times that. I know these are text, but when you actually do it mathematical, it'll change it. It'll try to change it to a value. All right. Okay, that appears to be working. So I'll do Control C, go out to the end, come back, Control V. All right. And now I can sum up again. Of course, I get the same answer. Okay. All right. And very quickly, again, what I did here is hit F2. That was X lookup, as you can see there. Okay. See where it's coming from. And then here, I'm just multiplying those two things together. All right. Cancel that. And here, just doing a sum. And I'm using UDES, so I can't hit escape. That's why I have to go up here and hit the little X. All right. Okay, so this is getting a little bit long, so because I'm showing a different couple of ways to do it. But now we'll use a data table to fill in the rest of it. Okay, so we'll come down here a bit. So I may end up doing some more work here, so we can always insert some cells, but I'll come down here maybe this far down. Okay, so this is going to be the game, and this is going to be total distance. Again, I'm setting up to use a data table, so I want to point to my result 68 there. And this is let's look at the case for level 3. This is games 41 through 60. All right. So 41, 42, and I could use sequence for this, but I was quick to do this. Is go down to 60. All right. And we'll run a data table. And what I'm going to tell the data table to do is plug in these game values up here, all right, and give us back the total distance, which is that's 68, okay, for the example. All right, so go to data, what if, data table, we got a column input, these are a column, all right, and we want them to put that right there. So it's going to, what Excel's going to do is take these values, plug it into cell F12, and give us back what the result was here in 16. That's in G16. Okay, that's what I pointed to right there. All right. Okay. Now, if you get zeros here, one thing you need to check depending on how the formulas are set, calculations set, so go to File and more. Let's see what happened there. Yeah, there we go. Well, it's not wanting me to. Well, I'll show you in a minute. It's not letting me go to that since I'm trying to record. But you want to set it to automatic. Make sure it's doing both the tables as well. Let me just blank screen here for a second. All right, so here's our values, for each game. So I would copy these, Control C, go over to the case, and let's see, make sure we're at level 3. All right, and paste the values. And again, in the game file, there should be a little button here that shows am I correct? So I'm pretty sure we're in good shape there. All right. So again, a little bit more involved, and I could have done this a little bit faster, but having to talk through things and whatnot, it takes extra time. All right.